I didn't want to do it like this, but for some reason, I keep seeing people on YouTube saying that Orphan First Kill was a good movie. And I just want to kill them all myself because this movie was ass, straight ass, like nasty, stinky, misshapen ass. God fucking damn, bro! I can't believe I watched this movie. I watched that out of boredom. But um, I couldn't remember much about the first movie outside of the fact that the main character was what's her name, Esther. That she was a little girl who was actually a grown woman, and I remember that she wanted to smash the dad at some point, and I was like, this is fucking weird that they had this little girl dressed up like this playing this part. Like, I would not be okay to have my kid play this fucking part. So, like, just that aspect of it, aside from story, just the whole movie making aspect of it freaked me out when I was in college. And that was all I really remembered. So before I watched this, let me just skim through the first movie again just to get some refresher. And then I just remember how bad that movie was. After going through it again, I saw how fucking bad the first movie was, and I asked myself, why am I gonna watch First Kill? And I was like, oh yeah, because I'm bored. Let's just do it. So I put it on. It was just, oh god, it was just corny from start to finish. It was just corny, and I don't want to say inconsistent, but it wasn't satisfying. It wasn't even really entertaining. I mean, it's already crazy enough that, you know, you had Esther played by the same person 13 years later, 12 years later, 13 years later. This came out in 2009, 2022. So she's 13 years older. Now in real life, she is a grown woman, but now she's trying to play this little girl, and it's not working. And you could tell whenever it's a stunt double, because she's not that tiny in real life. She seemed like she's short, but she's not that tiny. And it just felt so corny. Like, why is it called First Kill? She's killing people left and right throughout the movie. Shit is retarded. How she got out of the mental hospital, the institution, whatever, was just so unbelievable. Like, everybody there sucks at their job. Everybody there sucks as a human being because they couldn't, like, they couldn't tell that she was. Oh, spoilers, by the way. They couldn't tell that she was, opening the doors. Like, oh, the door's just magically opening for me. Like, they didn't question that. They didn't look around. Nobody's in the security room watching security footage. What else? Oh, the fact that she just tells this other patient, you want candy, and that just allows her to just kill people. And the guards are incapable of defending themselves. Why the fuck are they hired as guards if they can't defend themselves from these people? Like, they all get taken out so easily. And then she escapes, and she gets in some girl's the doctor's car and goes to her house, and like, that shit was just dumb. Like, the trunk door opens by itself, and the doctor doesn't, like, wonder or, like, figure, like, I didn't press that, and she walks over to go check, and, like, she didn't see Esther crawl out of the back. Like, there's no way to not see her crawl out of the back of the trunk. And then Esther's inside and just knocks her out with a tire iron, and it's just bad. And then it got really, really bad when she goes to kill the detective, which I'm like, okay, the detective was smart enough. He had his instincts to realize that this might not be Esther. He knew something was up. But then suddenly he can't tell that she broke into his home to kill him. Like, he hears the door open in his house. He turns around for a second, he stands up, and he just sits back down like, oh, fuck it. My door must just open and close whenever it wants. Fucking stupid. That was inconsistent with the way his mind worked. How smart he was once and how dumb he was later. So then he dies real easily, right? Well, she stabs him. He's not dead yet. Then the mom walks in, the chick from Save the Last Dance, that's the way I'm always going to remember her, walks in and just starts shooting him like 6 times, and like with no remorse, no nothing. Like she's also a serial killer or some shit. She's used to killing people. And then, she tells this whole stupid story about how Esther's dead because her son killed her by accident, and she helped cover it up. So like, turns out the son and the mom are these two evil maniacs as well, which their motive wasn't logical, it wasn't believable. It was just thrown in there to have a twist or some shit. And I can't go any further into this. The movie just wasn't good. It just wasn't good. Especially the way it turned out in the end, and also the way it turned out in the end, where the house burns on fire, and the mom falls to her death, and then she tells the dad that she wants to be with him, and then he's like, "Oh, you're a fucking monster." So she pushes him off, and then he dies. And I remember, because I skimmed to the first movie, like I said, in the first movie, they tell the main character that Esther did this before at another house where she burned it down and she killed the family and she tried to have sex with the husband. But if the husband died, there was nobody to tell that part of the story about her trying to seduce the husband. So how did the doctor in the first movie know that, unless the people making this prequel didn't actually watch the first movie? That shit is inconsistent. From the first movie to the prequel, or vice versa, however you want to put it, because prequels take place before, but it was shot after, whatever. The overall story of the series makes no sense now. It just sucked. I don't know what else to say. It sucked. This movie was doo-doo.